We're gonna continue the conversation.
Yeah, because very heated, very heated.
Very heated. The catch up in the rain. Hey, shelter the camera.
I think we have two very grouchy people now.
Very grouchy, but even though this is a very romantic thing to do.
But I'm stuck with
shoulder
you.
to shoulder, but with the wrong person.
Yeah, the wrong person, everything is not romantic. Actually, quite gross.
Exactly. Yeah, you smell a bit bad also today.
Shut up lah! You think it's not very nice, meh?
Alright. Okay, come. Let's do the catch up today. What's our topic for the day?
Today, because it's National Day in just a few days' time.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about NDP, the Fun
Pack.
Actually mostly the Funpack line and just in general like what it means to be patriotic in Singapore.
It sounds like a very stupid topic, like just the Funpack. But I think it's actually a reflection of something a lot more deep, like a lot more issues that are deeper, and it's just reflected through the Funpack.
I mean, okay, so just bring up the speed in case you have no idea, right? So every year, right, the government, we have the National Day Parade in Singapore, and the government will give out fun packs, right, to Singaporeans and permanent residents. And this year, people are basically very pissed off about it, lor. They say why are we wasting resources on fun packs? And very upset about the whole thing. And I mean, honestly, I think, wow, these people, maybe I'm one of those sell on N2 people, right, in school, everything also want to do, but they're the kind of people who if teachers plan something fun for us to do an excursion, then they will also bitch about that, lor. Oh, I must go to the zoo, so hot, so sticky. And I never understood kids or people like that.
I see.
Yeah, it's like why so
okay.
I don't deny that yes, it's obviously gonna take taxpayers' money and stuff like that. But I also get why the point of it. I know everybody wants to be eco-friendly and all that these days, and I think that there have been measures taken to make it a better and more eco-friendly situation, the fun packs in general. They replace the plastic
they
bottle
put it
with canned drink.
okay. So there's a lot of people actually petitioning to basically opt out lah.
Yeah.
And then the issue actually I think for a lot of people is that why you never ask us whether we want or not. In the past, the NDP parade, right, you get the fun pack if you basically try and get the ticket for NDP parade. But why you assume everybody just wants it? Maybe we don't want it. Then why you make for us? Then we're just going to throw it away anyway. Yes, the government has also taken a lot of is it?
Yeah.
They also have taken a lot of steps, right, to make this year's fun pack more eco-friendly. There's no more clappers, novelty items that's one use.
Single-use stuff.
Yeah, single-use stuff, they took out a lot. And then also a lot of bottled water is not there anymore. And a lot of masks, sanitizers and stuff. They are
quite useful.
Practical. I think they also hear the people saying so they also decrease. Initially they had a 90% stock. So for 90% of the population in Singapore will get it. Citizens will get it. And then now it's 80%. So they basically also say, okay, we bring down, and you now have to go and collect it. At the you don't collect it. But it's already made.
Okay. So can I just say, I definitely agree that maybe it was an oversight on their part. They ought to have asked. There must have been some system where hey, do you want it or not? But because I think sometimes logistics, if you have ever done any sort of event planning, you kind of need to do it in advance. So I think there was that. From what I heard, NDP is planned 1 year in advance. But let me just give you some arguments for the fun pack, okay? I think the one that really kind of touched me was that, so the fun packs come in this cloth tote bag, the kind that you use for grocery shopping, or you should try to use for grocery shopping, and designed by special needs artists. And so one of the artists actually said that this is her wish come true. I actually I'm super sucker for this kind of thing. I was at least you give them a chance for their artwork to be featured. The other thing that was said is there's also a much needed outreach platform for a lot of local businesses, because this is kind of their free marketing. That's how they work lah. So for me, I think that's a secondary thing, but I just feel there's a lot of, it feels like Singaporeans just like to complain about a lot of things.
So that's your stand lah, right? Basically, the side you're taking is that these people shouldn't be complaining, right?
I just think I think you can, definitely they could have done better. I think they definitely could have asked do people want the fun packs, and because it actually takes time and resources to make. Right? I think maybe that could have definitely oversight. But I feel since it's done already, people are saying cancel the fun packs, cancel NDP. Then I'm
there are some people it goes okay, but those are from hardware zone lah. It's a very specific group of Singaporeans that forum. The hardware zone people lah. They are known to be the hardware zone people. They just have a very distinct take on things that is distinctively hardware
Yeah,
zone. They are not a neutral voice lah. That's all I'm saying. Yeah.
And then of course there are some jokers who actually put it online to sell. Like
On
someone wants to
Carousel,
sell
Carousel,
the
yeah.
limited edition Yo's chrysanthemum tea for $50.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these kind of people also,
$8
I feel
quite a
like,
steal,
I
actually.
feel like smacking them, seriously.
Okay, let me hold this one. Let me hold it. So I know I can tell your t-shirt. Yeah. Okay, continue.
Walao, that made me seem like them bad whole camera hold there.
It's okay.
Okay, so I think that we should have had an opt-in system, maybe not an opt-out system, so that they don't produce so many fun packs.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the proper position for this.
I do lah.
Yeah.
I took a rest already. But then I think that you don't need to say so much. I mean, like now, like I just feel like it's not very wet blanket. Okay, what's your take?
I'm actually okay. So initially, right, when I first heard this fun pack, I was like, we want to talk about fun pack. Fun pack so bold. What is there to talk about? And then I went to read a bit more. And I'm like, actually, yeah, I don't want the fun pack. Why you want to force it on me? Okay, so that was actually my take. I was like,
You're forcing it on
and
you.
I thought, I feel like you're forcing it on me. Like, why do you want to give me something that I don't want? It doesn't mean like, free. That means I want to take. It's not this is not the kind of mindset that I think a lot of people have anymore. Even for NDP, right, I have never been the kind of person to be very, very excited over NDP. I watch it, I see, I enjoy the artistic elements of it, but I'm not I must get the goodie bag. I'm not. All these things have always to me seemed like a waste. Like, why do you need to create all these things? It's just people throw it away. Just a lot of people just throw it away, or they're just somewhere in your house. So my take was actually with these people like we should be given an option to opt out. So not that because we don't want, but like maybe you can take this resource and do something more useful with it. Like, don't have to give people who don't want it. You want to continue in the car?
Yes!
Okay, sure.
You have like khaki. Okay,
You
so...
drive steadily. Okay, we're not in the car and we're going to continue the conversation.
Yeah, because very, very heated.
Very heated. Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, so your point of view is it's not something that you want, so you want to opt out of it. Don't backseat drive me.
Okay.
Man! Oh!
I would just give you a suggestion very gently, you know. Walao.
Sorry, I beg grouchy mood.
Okay. Anyway, so okay, I'll continue my point, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like we should be given an option to opt out lah, because like really a lot of people don't want it or need it, and they find it a waste of resource lah. So it should be given to the right people. So that's my point. But when I look at it further, I also see your point of view.
Yeah.
And then something struck me.
Okay, what?
Okay, so I
Must be
realized.
so drama or not?
Yes, yes, very drama.
Walao, Andy, you guys very drama.
Jack, do this.
All the actor types very drama.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. What?
So I realized, right, we have all been arguing over the wrong thing.
Okay.
We think we are arguing over like what to do with the fun pack.
Okay.
But actually the real argument is, right, the fun pack has never been something practical in the first place.
It's never.
It is a symbol.
Yes.
Right? So
yeah, that's why people say cancel NDP. I want to smack them. Okay.
Correct. Why people are upset because people are seeing it from a very practical point of view. So the question now becomes, why are people not seeing it as a symbol anymore? Okay, remember the days where when I was young, NDP was the shit, the bomb. The number of national flags you see all across the country is a lot more.
Yeah.
Okay, I would say like 70-80% of people hang flags, decorate their cars and everything. But that has almost completely disappeared. So now we have maybe 10% of the people doing it
and
still.
a lot of the flag is done by the government now.
I feel, right, why we're having so much disagreement and so much anger now, right, is because we have lost our identity as a nation. I feel. Okay?
Wow, very deep leh.
Yeah, that's why I say like
that's
why I say like the revelation for me is like people don't see the fun pack as a symbol of anything anymore.
It's just a free bag lah.
It's just a free bag. So if it's something free, then I must say like, is it worth it or not? How much is it? Is it eco-friendly? All these things are secondary once you realize that this is actually a symbol of my love for the nation and what my nation stands for. Correct? And I am part of this country that stands for something. And I think to me that has always troubled me for a long time also. Like, what do we stand for anymore? I think we have really lost our identity. Who are we? When you see Singapore, it's like, very rich, correct? Like, we're a rich nation, Like, but there has to be more, right? Like if you talk about places like Finland and Denmark, they are known to be.
I think I'm very triggered now. I feel like slapping you, but yes.
Yeah, you can, but I'm saying I love Singapore, but I just feel this is what came to me when I read it, lah. So like places like Denmark and Finland, they are known to be very balanced. They're known to have a lot of work-life balance. So, and then you places like Bhutan, then I'm not saying these countries are perfect, but they have something they stand for, right? So Bhutan, they care a lot about like so-called their happiness, being at peace and everything.
That's also a marketing thing.
Yes, okay, it could be a marketing thing, but I believe that this country, the people are proud of certain aspects of their country and they identify with it. And I think we need to work on that for ourselves as well. You know, like in America, they are in turmoil now, but they also have this dream of like the American dream, right? And that's what they stand for, right? And so for me, I feel like we need to find this thing together in Singapore, and then it will really settle this whole issue about like Funpack, not Funpack, NDP, not NDP, because we need to find something that we can all get behind, and I don't think we have that very much now.
Well, I think you
okay, well, I'm like very angry.
I'm very angry, I like control very long,
Okay, ask me.
But I shall say in a very measured way. Okay, number one, I do think you hit the nail on the head, actually.
Okay.
Actually, I really think you did, because I think that's why I was so triggered when I read, like, when we did research for this episode, right? I was very triggered because I'm like, what is wrong with all these people? To me, the NDP...
Yeah, what is wrong with me? I was thinking, what's wrong with me? Why can't I don't want this thing?
Yeah, and it's not the freebie. I mean, it's like, I don't even like hand sanitizer. Sorry, I really don't. I'd rather wash my hands. The alcohol content and all that. Yeah, he always like, you want hand sanitizer? I'm like, no, it's fine. Right? So it's really not about the freebies, and it's not stuff that I like. You know, I'm glad that I'm in a position to like be able to buy my own hand sanitizer if I wanted it. Yeah. But I just got very upset with everyone, the people who are making so much noise about it, because I feel like maybe I tied it to like a bit of patriotism in a sense. And for me, like the NDP has always been a family affair. We're really one of those like the heartland families who will like queue up for like hours, you know, and we'll make a family thing of it. It was actually kind of fun. We'll pack like sandwiches, then it'll be like my uncles, my cousins, everybody like my extended family would get out there. We'll go to Bedok Stadium and we'll just wait in line.
Very cool.
It's kind of cool lah, but this is like, so when they started having the ballot thing for NDP, we were very upset because what does it take to ballot? You just put your name law, try my luck law, and then a lot of people try and then they want to sell off the NDP Fun Packs, from previous years, right?
And tickets also. You can sell tickets.
Yeah, they're selling tickets, so I'm like, this is missing the point when actually the people who were queuing up for the tickets
were the one that really wanted
like, my family was the one who really wanted. So when I read all this about the Funpack, actually it made me very sad. More than upset, it made me very sad because I'm like, why are people like hating on something like this?
Yes.
Right? Yes, some of it is really quite wasteful, and I'm glad they've taken out the single-use plastic. I'm glad they've stopped putting plastic bottles.
Yes.
You know, and you know, I'm trying my best also like to be more environmentally friendly, in my small way.
But then again, I don't think that is actually the real.
Yeah, you're right.
Reason.
So I feel like actually you're right in that. It's not about the Funpack. It's that they're just shitting on it because there's nothing for them to hold on to in terms of Singapore. They don't see the Funpack and NDP as part of Singapore. Now, I highly disagree with you about all the countries that you mentioned, America especially, right?
I'm not saying they're great. I'm just saying that is what they stand for. And I see that a lot of their people still identify that this is what their country represents and they are part of that tribe.
I mean, yes and no. I would say Bhutan, like, it's great marketing to be the happiest place on earth. The US, like...
But Bhutan also is like they have a negative carbon footprint, right? So it shows that they emphasize that is something
it's true. It is their value to have a,
you know what I mean? So that's their value system. So what's our value system?
So I think that I don't know what our value system is, but I definitely agree with you that we do need something to get behind. And I think the Malaysia Cup did that a lot for us.
A lot, yeah.
You know,
we were this group of people that were willing to do whatever it takes and be rewarded by our merit and our hard work. But we are not the underdogs anymore because we are highly successful as a very small country, financially.
I think we are successful. It's not about being the underdog. You can be successful and still be a cohesive society. I really think that in a way we have lost our way lah. But I don't know what it is. I think like there are certain things along the way, like, you know, even things like banning Singlish from TV. I really don't agree with it. I feel like it's part of our culture. We should be proud of the fact that we speak English. I mean, I think that we are a bit confused lah. Sometimes we want to be like the whites. A lot of people in Singapore, I don't know why, want to be Japanese. You know, for example,
Korean.
Now everyone wants to be Korean. They say like, oh, this girl is like Korean, must be very good looking. To me, it's like, you know, we need to start placing a value on things that are Singaporean. Why is it Singapore designer stuff costs less or is seen as lower compared to like other countries?
Why do artists have to be successful overseas before
and then they come back, right? Yeah. So I think I don't know how to solve it, but I think that yes, that we do have a problem. Like people are just not as proud.
So you're agreeing with me, what? You're not angry with me, what?
I am angry with you lah for saying things like Bhutan has like their thing done right, America. I'm like that is
I'm not saying they're right or wrong. I'm just saying that they have an identity and a lot of their people stick behind it.
I also don't really think they have an identity. I think
you don't think so?
I think every country has an identity problem. I think certain countries very interesting. Like case study, I think Indonesia is quite interesting. I feel like they got very strong identity. At least when you go to like sports events, right? They're very proud to be Indonesian. But I'm not quite sure what it is that they know what it is to be Indonesian. Just that they're happy to be Indonesian. Okay, what triggered me was all this comparison. That's a very typical Singaporean. It's so much better in the US, so much better in Korea.
I'm not saying it's better. Hey, you don't put words in my mouth. I say a million times. I'm not saying they are better. I'm not saying. Okay, look, like America is such a great example because they are very divided now, and they are, you know, there's a lot of turmoil going on in the country.
Yeah.
But yet they still have this one thing that they still feel that there's the American dream, which nobody can actually go, okay, which is very highly controversial now and argue. But that's what they all stand for still, right? Like, you can come here and it's such a free country that you can start from nothing and become very successful. That is what they stand behind, and that is what the American identity is.
I mean, the freedom part of the American
freedom part of it, yeah. So that's what they cherish a lot and what they stand
But I'm
behind.
not sure where they got them, but okay, just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we are missing the identity part,
Yes.
and it's a lot of small things, right? It's a lot of small things that only now we're starting to take a step back. Like, now you can speak Singlish. Now Singlish is accepted. Now, like, we're
not
starting.
on TV though.
Yeah, still.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to like cherish our heritage buildings. You know, in the past like couple of decades, but before that it was just like demolish, build something new. Demolish, build something new. So all this doesn't help.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's a mix of a lot of things, lah.
Yeah.
But this conversation actually makes me feel very sad.
Yeah, it's a bit sad.
Yeah,
it is a bit sad. So, I mean, I personally feel that the solution, okay, not the solution, but a possible solution is to open up our media a little bit more. Okay, this, I think people...
I know you've always talked about
I always talk about
opening
this,
up
but
the media,
okay, I think maybe a lot of people won't agree. Okay,
Yeah.
but I personally feel that when you open up the media a little bit more, it's not just about what you put on TV, but it's also letting their mind go a little bit freer and having more discussions among people, among friends. And only through these conversations can we find who we are and what we stand for anymore. And I think that is an important part for us to find out who we are. And I'm very keen on finding out who we are, because I think there are a lot of values in Singapore that are great, but can we kind of like curate it and find something that everybody can stand behind? Because that is what unity is about, getting behind something, an idea, an ideology.
Stand up for Singapore, do the best you can. Shout for your fellow man.
Oh my gosh, how did we get here from the fun
Yeah,
pack?
but that's why I say it was a big revelation for me when I realized that, you know, this fun pack is actually, you cannot solve it on the surface. You really have to, it's a lot deeper than that.
Yeah. But it's quite amazing because when we were given the topic, the fun pack, right, I was like,
Fun
okay,
pack.
like we'll do some research on it. And then I got very triggered reading like all the comments and stuff like that. So yeah. Tell us what you think, you know, like, but please, I hope we go beyond just like, should we have the fun pack or not? I mean, but tell us that as well. But also, like, you know what? Does the fun pack mean anything to you?
Or maybe you completely disagree with us and
Yeah.
what we said the last 10 minutes is complete bullshit to you. That's
Then you
fine
can
also.
scold us also.
Let us know, yeah.
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 Okay, like, I think the rainy weather, very country, kind of matches my mood right now.
Correct.
Cue the
Okay,
sad music.
man. Alright, man, so go and enjoy your fun pack and then
And then
enjoy National Day though. National Day is still important.
Yeah.
National Day, bye. Hey, you realize it's actually our 1 year anniversary?
Was it National Day?
Remember our last first episode with the car and we were talking about National Day?
Oh my gosh.
National Day weekend.
Wow. So love us. Should we? Okay.
I just say quite nice.
Actually, wow.
Yeah.
Happy National Day,
Oh
happy
my
anniversary to
God.
us.
Alright, man.
Thanks
Happy
for watching us for 1
National Day,
year.
guys. Bye, guys.
Bye.